Why would Yeshua say to all of these people, "Away from me, I never knew you"? People that confess him as Lord. They already agree that he is Lord, they're not denying him. And they do all kind of works in his name. They expel demons, they preach, they teach, they do all kind of stuff, and yet he tells them, "Away from me, you evildoers, I never knew you." There's many ways of interpreting it, but really the bottom line is very simple. Each and every single one of us were created for a purpose. We all have a job to do. God gave us purpose, designed us for his will, not our own. The people that he tells them, "Away from me, I never knew you," think about it. They did all of that stuff in his name, but they did it on their own merit, by their own will. He didn't tell them to do that. They just went ahead and did it. And then they go to brag about what they did, and he's like, "I didn't tell you to do that. I don't even know you. You never spoke to me. You don't even know my will for you. You never spent time with me to know what I even made you to do." It's not hard to understand. I mean, just think of a corporation for a minute. If you're hired to be a salesman and you spend all day in the kitchen cleaning the stove, cleaning the sink, taking out the trash, sweeping the floor, and then the boss calls you in, he's like, "Johnson, come in here. Now, Johnson, you're fired." But why? But boss, look, I swept the floor, I took out the trash, I washed the dishes, I did all of that stuff in your name. And he's gonna say to you, "I didn't ask you to do any of that. You were hired to be a salesman. But you never spoke to me. You never even asked me what I wanted you to do. You just went ahead and did something that was not your job. That was somebody else's job. As for your job was left unattended. You did not fulfill the role for which you were hired. I never knew you. You never spent time with me. You never asked me what I want you to do. You never inquired of my will. You just did whatever you wanted to do. In my name, sure. You did good works, sure, but it wasn't the reason for which you were hired." It's not hard to understand, is it? But too many Christians are too emotional. They don't want to accept the facts. Too hypey, get all caught up in the emotions. Which is a dangerous thing because the Lord is a consuming fire. We tend to forget that. We have such a wrong Hollywood view of God, as if he's all lovey-dovey, teddy bear, just all embracing, everybody's just gonna be in the kingdom and coochie-moochie forever. No. God is love, yes, but he's much more than that. He's a consuming fire. He's righteous and just, the king of all creation. He does not play games. His word is so strict in the sense that it's his way. He does not want you adding to it. He does not want you subtracting from it. He wants you to do exactly what he tells you, the way he tells you to do it. That's what he kept telling Moshe. Do it as I say. He doesn't want you to bring in strange fire. And Nadav and Avihu found that out. Leviticus chapter 10, they were already Kohanim, they were priests, anointed by God, holy, set apart, and yet they died by a fire that came out of the holy place because they brought strange fire that was not commanded by God. And so they died. They did something good after all. Well, we're going to light some incense in the holy place, but they did it on their own merit, by their own will, in their own way, something that the Lord did not ordain, and they died. Now, does that mean they're going to hell? Don't be so quick. I don't assume people go to hell just because the Lord put them to death. That's the whole point of Yeshua coming to atone. It's all about their heart at the end of the day, their devotion. If they truly love God and they died because of the one sin, I don't know them. I can't bear witness for or against them. That's not of my job. And it doesn't matter. You shouldn't even think about it either. The point being is the Lord gives us his measure of judgment so that we can be prepared. And he uses these past examples to teach us. The prophet that was sent to preach to the king and then told not to eat, not to drink, and go back a certain way. And then another prophet comes along, tell him, I was told to invite you to eat. And the prophets, rather than listen to God, listen to the prophet, and then there was a lion waiting for him outside because he did not obey what God said. Have you forgotten that story? He was a prophet of the Lord, and yet the Lord killed him because he listened to another prophet who told him to do what God told him not to do. And there's another story just like it. Another prophet that was told by a prophet, this is the word of Adonai, hit me. And the other prophet said, I will not hit you. And the first prophet said, well, because you refused and rebelled against the word of Adonai, there is a lion waiting for you outside to kill you. And as soon as he went out, the lion killed him. That puts the fear of God in me. How do you not get scared? I'm so terrified. Do I love the Lord? Absolutely, but I'm scared of him even more. I tremble at God because he is so fearsome, so great. He's a consuming fire. The Lord Almighty. If you do not fear God, you have no wisdom because the beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord. It's just the beginning to fear him. And by fearing him, you will do exactly everything that he says. Do not steer to the left nor to the right. Which is why, again, I do not celebrate Hanukkah, because that did not come from him. He never commanded me to do it, and I do not wish to add to his word. I do the best I can. Am I perfect? No, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do the best you can and grow. Always grow. Do better next time around that you did before. All of these traditions we used to celebrate, I'm cutting them off. It's all leaven, chametz, traditions of men. I don't want to have any traditions that do not come from the Lord because I am just that zealous for his name. To be the spitting image of what he ordains. I don't want to add anything. I do not have any paraphernalia or any religious affiliation because he did not give me one. He created me in his image. And by the atoning of Yeshua and the Spirit of holiness, he is now bringing me back to his likeness, to be like him in my character. That's it. And I do these things because he ordains me to. I fulfill the role which he gave me. We all have a different role, the body of Christ, the body of Mashiach. The toenail doesn't do what the heart does, and the heart does not do what the lung does, and the lung does not do what the kidney do. Each part of the body has a different role and a different purpose. If you go and do what the kidney does, but you're the nose, well, something's going to left undone. You're doing something that's not your job. And that is evidence, listen to this part, that is evidence that you never knew him, or else you would know what he requires of you. Do you get it now? The very fact that you did all of these things out of your own will is evidence you've never inquired of his will, or else you would know what he desires and do his will rather than your own. So it's not that you did this thing, it's that you did not do the thing that you were supposed to do, because you never inquired or you would know. The Lord does not play games. He's not going to play hide and seek. If you're sincere, if you're diligent, if you seek him wholeheartedly, he will reveal himself to you. He will give you a name and a purpose. It's just how it is. So unless you have that, unless you know that, unless you are pursuing it, it's evidence you never knew him. And this is a great warning and a time for you to wake up. You're still alive. You're listening to this message. Wake up and start fulfilling the purpose which he has for you. And if you do not know that purpose, well, guess what? Fall on your face, kneel down, flat on the ground like a Muslim. Humble yourself in the sight of your Maker. Pray sincerely, wholeheartedly, to do His will, not your own. Lay down your life on the altar, spiritually speaking, to stop pursuing your own selfish agendas and start doing what He wants to do with your life. You are the servant. How can you call Him Lord unless He is Lord over you, which makes you His servant? And that's another thing. You call Him Lord, but you do not treat Him as your Lord, or else you would do what He says. How can you call someone Lord if you do not obey Him? That's hypocrisy. That's a lie. Oh, Lord, Lord. You call me Lord, but you don't serve me. So am I really your Lord? Something to think about.